Welcome back. So in this model, this is what we call the countervailing forces model. Okay? And this places business, government, society, and the environment. Now, this is not necessarily environmental as we mean in the dominance model. This means the environment in a very, very literal sense, like clean air, clean water, the biosphere of the earth, right? Nature, animals, forests, mountains, all that kind of stuff. That's how we're looking at the environment in a very literal sense. Okay? So it basically says that business, government, society, and the environment are kind of engaged in like this perpetual tug of war. And you need to accept that government, society, and the environment has an equal amount of power to you as a business. So this means that your role as a manager is to try to kind of pull on that rope in such a way that generates sufficient equilibrium. So you want to help out government stakeholders. You want to make sure you as a business, you pay your taxes, but you don't pay too much because you don't want to give too much to the government. You want to keep that tension on that line. Right? You want to follow the laws, at least to the minimum, but you don't want to follow them too much. But you also don't want to kind of be beneath the law or do illegal things, because that will mess up the equilibrium. By the same token, you need to respect what society wants, and you need to match their interests, but you need to not do it too much. It's all about this equilibrium point here. And you need to take care of the environment. But again, not too much, because you don't want to give a pullback. Now let me give some examples of how this model fails. Right? So let's say a business decides to pollute the water, right? Like maybe it's a paper plant, for example. A paper plant dumps a bunch of chemicals on a river. It poisons the environment. The environment loses power. As the environment gets weakened, i.e. dirty water, makes it into people's homes, and people are getting sick and they're getting poisoned, they're dying, the business is losing its customers. The customers, of course, get upset enough that they go to their government official, and the government makes new laws that clamp down on a business owner. So by not respecting the environment, you have the other two players kind of collapsing in on a business. So you as a manager need to think, well, is this the kind of decision that I'm making that's going to negatively impact the environment and is somehow going to result in kind of a collapse of this equilibrium? Now it's possible maybe you want a collapse of the equilibrium too, right? Now polluting the water is probably not a very good business decision. But maybe you see that as a business you're not having nearly the power relationship that you want with customers. And so maybe you do something to create a new market, to get the business more power, to kind of pull a little bit more on society and on your customers. As you pull a little more on the society, the government shifts a little maybe more towards you. And then maybe you can get away with maybe building a brand new facility inside of a national park or something like that. But the point is, you've got this continual tension. The ethics here for you as managers is looking at, how do I either maintain the system or change it in such a way that's at least going to be beneficial for me as a business owner or me as a manager within a business. That's kind of the way you look at this. Now other actors will be doing the same thing, right? Government will try to keep business interests in check so that society is happy and those governments get reelected. They try to make sure that their environment is respected with new laws and regulations. So that, again, people are happy and they get reelected, but businesses may not be happy either. And then businesses may wind up lobbying to government to change those rules to pull on the environment, and society is unhappy too. So there's always this give and take, this kind of a tug of war. So again, that's your responsibility as a manager, to either maintain this equilibrium or understand ways to give or take just enough so that you come out ahead. Now, we've got an elaboration on the countervailing forces model in the next video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, that's a like. Hit that subscribe button and make your comments down below. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video.